Good morning. Hey, Grace. How are you? Hey, Jenna. Happy Sunday, y'all. If you're on here, so I can see you're there. Hey, Dennis. I can't see who's joining otherwise, and I really want to know. Hey, Liz. Hey, Ashley. Thanks for joining, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well this morning. It's looking like it's going to be a beautiful day. So we're going to start it off on the right foot with a nice stretch. Good morning, Samantha. Welcome. I want to hear something fun that y'all did this weekend. Something you did to differentiate Saturday from Monday through Friday. Hey, Taylor. Hey, Carlton. I've been thinking about y'all. I'm wondering how you're doing. I'm glad y'all are here. Jake and I went on a bike ride yesterday on the Neuse River Trail, and Jake got a flat tire. And Carlton and Taylor, someone who lives in your building, was very kind and helped us. His name is Miles. He said he knew you. Actually, 2 people had to help us. It was quite comical. So if you had something funny or interesting or fun happen to you this weekend, that's what I want to hear about anytime we have some downtime today. All right, you guys, you're just going to need a mat. And if you have blocks, grab those. I assume most of you don't, which is totally fine. Hey, Amy. You could also use 2 pillows or couch cushions. You could use books. There may just be a couple times today where you want to bring your hands a little closer to the ground. So go ahead and grab something like that if you have it. And we're going to get started. So let's all start on our backs today. Unless, for whatever reason, you just don't want to be on your back, which is totally fine. You can start in child's pose. You can start sitting up. I'm going to start on my back, though. The feet forward, head towards the back of the room. And if you have it in you, I want you to try reaching your arms up over your head and interlacing opposite elbows. If your ribs really flare up when you do that, try to hug them back down. And if it's super uncomfortable, maybe you try bending your knees, bringing the soles of the feet to the mat, and then letting your knees fall in towards each other. So you're not opening up through the hips yet. You're just opening up through your shoulders and through your chest. And again, if this is super uncomfortable, you can either back off, you can goal post the arms, you can just reach the arms out wide. But try to find a position where you're getting some of this chest and shoulder opening to start. And we're just going to slow down the breath here. Breathe in and out through your nose. Long, slow, deep breaths. Once you've taken a couple of calming breaths here, see if you can make this breathing come from your belly. So every time you breathe in, picture your belly button rising up towards the ceiling. And as you breathe out, picture the belly button sinking all the way down towards the mat underneath you. I want you to take 5 more breaths like this. Long, slow, deep breath, no rush. And once you get your 5 breaths, bring your arms out by your sides like airplane wings. Palms can face up here. And then start to let your knees windshield wiper from side to side. So you can go as slowly or as quickly as you like here. Just letting the knees fall one side and to the other. And then once you feel even there, find a full body stretch. So stretch the legs long, reach the arms back. Inhale, grow as long as you can get here. And as you exhale, hug both knees into your chest. Bring your hands onto your shins. From there, spread the knees wide. So you're pulling the knees up and in towards your armpits. And then from here, find some ankle circles. So don't worry about which direction you're going with which foot. Just start circling, drawing the biggest circles you can with your big toes. And then switch the direction, no matter which way you're going. Don't worry yourself too much about that. And then come back to center. We're going to do the same thing with the knees. So again, don't think about this too much. Just start circling your knees, drawing big circles. Your knees don't have to be going in the same direction as each other. No worries. Just getting some of that synovial fluid running through the joints. Then reverse the direction of your circles. Again, don't think about it too much. Just start moving the knees in a different direction. It should feel pretty nice on your hips. And then hug the knees back to center. And from here, bring the feet down to the mat, keeping the knees bent. Scoot your hips over just a little bit towards the left. And then roll over onto your right hip, letting your knees fall towards the right. Your left arm reaches up and then out by your side. Take your gaze towards your left hand. If you want to bring your right hand onto your legs and gently press down, you can. But remember to keep that gentle. So you don't want to jam your legs down to try to get deeper into the twist. Even though sometimes that does feel good on the outside of your hip, try to keep this twist in your focus through your thoracic spine. So the twist is originating from the bottom of your ribs. And then slowly hug everything back through center. Bring the feet down, square off the hips. And then we'll switch sides. So the hips scoot just a little bit towards the right. And then roll onto your left hip, letting your knees fall towards the left. The right arm reaches up and then out by your side. And then just relax into this twist. So notice where you feel tight here. For me, I feel tight through my chest and my traps and my shoulders. So I'll try to melt that area of my body down into the mat as I relax into the twist. One more breath in. One more breath out. And then everything comes back through center. Square off the hips again. All right, so I'm going to do something that may seem a little strange, and it is at first, but I really like this. So I've done this with some of my personal training clients before, and they thought I was nuts at first, but it starts to feel really good. So stick with me here. Maybe just watch me at first, and then we try it on your own. So you're still on your back. You're hugging your knees into your chest. I'm going to look towards my right shoulder. Then I'm going to let my body follow. So everything is going to fall towards the right. Everything falls. And then with my head, I'm going to look in the opposite direction. So my left ear is facing down towards the ground. Then I'm going to come back to center, let everything come back to the middle, and I'll switch sides. So I look towards my left shoulder, Let everything fall towards the left. And then I look all the way in the opposite direction. And then come back to center. So, little weird, but I want you to try it. And we're going to keep going all together. And we're going to see how this feels on our neck. Usually it starts to feel really good. So come with me, hug your knees into your chest. Look towards your right. Let everything fall towards the right. And then try to bring your left ear to the mat. It's not going to get there at first, that's okay. And then come back to center. Look towards your left. Everything falls towards the left. Then try to bring your right ear to the mat. Back to center. We're going to keep going just like this. Look to the right. Everything falls all the way down. Left ear to the ground. All the way back to center. Look toward your left. Everything falls. Try to bring the right ear to the mat. Keep going, you guys. So go at your own pace here. Taking your time in this bottom position, especially if it feels icky. But ideally, after you do this a few times, these muscles in your neck really start to loosen up, and it feels so good. So if you think I'm crazy, that's okay. Keep going. Try a few more rounds. I'm going to do one more on each side. Good. Then come back to center. Start to rock and roll back and forth. Shoulder blades to tailbone. Maybe that weird rocking is feeling so good you just want to keep doing it. On your third or fourth rock, you're going to come into a seated position with the soles of the feet together. So your butterfly pose, Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together. Now, if this is super uncomfortable or from the side, you're rounding a lot, put something under your butt. It can be a block, a book, pillow, couch cushion, anything like that. So if you elevate the hips higher than the knees, that's going to help you sit up straighter. And then from here, grab onto the tops of the feet with your hands and pull your heels as close as they get towards your body. Take a breath in and open up through your chest. As you breathe out, try to keep your back nice and flat as you hinge forward. So from the side view for me, I do not go very far here, and that's all right. Some of you may not either. This is my hinge. So keeping my back flat, that's as far as I go. No worries, breathe. Take one more breath in. One more breath out. Good, and then back off. Scoot your feet away from your body a few inches. It should feel a little easier and less tense on the hips. Then from there, reach your arms under your legs, and then grab onto the tops of your feet. Take a breath in. This time as you breathe out, you can let the spine round, your head and neck hang heavy. If you want more here, think about pulling up on your feet with your hands. They're not going to go anywhere. The intention is to lift your feet up off the mat. You're feeling the shoulder blades pull apart at the top. Really letting your head and neck relax here. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. And then slowly release the hands and start to round yourself up to a neutral spine. Good. Then come to a seated position so you can cross the ankles. You can sit on your shins here if you prefer that. You can keep something under your butt if it's hard for you to sit up straight. So I'll do this one from my shins. Interlace your fingers and bring them to your chest. And from here, press the palms forward. Let your spine round. And from here, reach the arms all the way up. Lift your chin, find an easy back bend. And then come back to center. We'll do that again twice more. So press the palms forward, round through your spine. And then lift the arms all the way up. neck bend, slight lift of the chin. Back to center. One more. Good. And from here, bring your right hand down by your side. The left arm comes all the way up and over. So here, you can either be on your hand, or if you have it in you, you can come down to your forearm, as long as your left hip is staying down towards the mat. And then come back to center, and we'll switch sides. The left hand comes down, right arm all the way up and over. Good. Back to center. Find your child's pose. You can keep the knees close or spread them wide. And then reach forward, lowering your hips down toward your heels, letting your head and neck hang heavy. Crawl the arms forward. And then bring your right hand down by your right foot and crawl the left hand all the way over towards the right. Try to keep your left hip down. Good. Come back through center. And we'll switch sides. The left hand comes all the way down by your foot. Right arm crawls all the way over, trying to keep your right hip down. Good. Come back through center. And then pull yourself up into your tabletop. From here, keep your right toes down on the mat. Stretch the right leg back behind you. So from here, your toes are facing down. They're pressing into the mat as you press your heel back towards the back of the room. Then start to relax your head and neck here. This should feel pretty good along the back of your right leg. One more breath in. One more breath out. And then lower the right knee down to the mat and switch sides. So left toes stay down. Press the left heel back towards the back of the room. One more breath. Good. Release. Let's find our first downward facing dog. So you may need to walk your hands forward a couple of inches. Curl the toes under, lift your hips up and then back. Then walk it out. So bend one knee and then bend the other knee. Side to side here. Shake your head yes. And shake your head no. Take 2 more breaths in your downward facing dog. Doing what feels good to you. Maybe you just want to hold still. And then take your gaze towards the top of your mat. Come up high on the balls of your feet. Try to keep your palms flat and your legs straight as you tiptoe. So you're taking 8 to 10 little baby steps to get to the top of your mat. And then once you find the top of your mat, come into your forward fold, Uttanasana. Everything hangs super heavy. Little bend in your knees here, even if you can do this with straight legs. Relax the head, the neck, the shoulders. And if it feels good, you can interlace opposite elbows here and sway from side to side. Then release the hands. Interlace your fingers behind your low back. Roll the shoulders down in their sockets first, and then pull the fist forward. So if your fist doesn't go too far, that's okay. If your fist is down on your back, that's okay. Everybody's gonna look a little different here. Keep that nice bend in your knees. Take one more breath in, and one more breath out. And then release the hands down to the mat. Bring your hands to your heart and start to slowly round yourself up to stand. Good. Now once you get there, bring your arms down by your sides. Shrug the shoulders up, back, and down. Do that twice more. Up, back, and down. Good. One more. Up, back, and down. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Look up. Exhale, forward fold. Everything hangs heavy. Inhale, halfway lift. Slide the hands up the shins, find a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. You're gonna do that twice more. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. So your gaze here is about a foot to 2 in front of your feet. Your back is nice and flat here. Like I could balance a tray of drinks on your back. Exhale, fold. One more, just like that. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Look up, reach up. Your exhale brings you right back down as you forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Plant your palms, step back, plank. Just for a sec, take a breath in. As you breathe out, lower all the way down to your belly, nice and slow here. Untuck your toes. Bring your hands right under your shoulders. And then float them off the mat, just an inch or so, only just so you're not using them. And then think about your toes. All 10 toenails are touching the top of your mat, so even your little baby pinky toenail. Then from there, float the chest up by squeezing between the shoulder blades. So you're using your upper back here to get into a cobra instead of your hands. So next time you're in cobra, even if you have the hands on the ground, think about using this upper back space to get there, not your hands. Downward facing dog. Curl the toes under, lift your hips up, and then back. Inhale, look forward, come high on the balls of your feet. Bend your knees. You can walk, step, or hop to the top of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Look up, reach up. Exhale, hands come down through heart center and then down by your sides. This time we'll shrug the shoulders up, forward, and down. 2 more like that. Up, forward, and down. 1 more. Good. Inhale, look up, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Interlace your fingers behind your low back. This time, grab on the opposite way we usually do. So naturally, when I interlace my fingers, my left thumb lands on top of the right. So to switch my grip, I'm going to make it so that my right thumb lands on top. If you've never done that before, it feels really weird, like you're holding on to somebody else's hand. From there, roll the shoulders down into their sockets first, and then pull the fist forward. Remember, it doesn't matter how far forward your fists get. What does matter is that the shoulder blades are rolled down before you do it, so your shoulders aren't all the way up by your ears. 1 more breath in, and 1 more breath out. Good, release the hands down to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up, look up, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bring your hands to the ground or on the blocks or pillows or something. So your hands are touching something. Bring your feet together, toes and ankles touching. Take a big step back with the left foot. Runner's lunge, right leg forward. And from here, step that back foot up about 4 to 6 inches as you straighten your front leg. So you're staying high on the ball of the back foot. The front foot is flat. Grab onto something if you need it under your hands so that you're touching the ground in some way. From there, pull your right hip back towards the back of the room. Take a breath in, open up through your chest. And as you breathe out, try to keep your back nice and flat as you fold forward. We're going to stay here for 3 rounds of breath, really breathing into the back of your right leg. You're trying to straighten your front leg. If you can't quite straighten it, that's okay. You're just going for the straightness there. Nice job. We're going to come into our supported warrior 3 here. So walk your hands forward on your mat, blocks, pillows, whatever you got. Shift all of the weight into your right leg, and then let the left leg float up. So you're keeping the hands down for now. Look at your back foot. So my left toes are facing down at the mat, as if I'm kicking the wall behind me with my foot. It's gonna help keep my hips nice and square. So if I bring my hand to my low back, my hips are nice and in line with each other. What happens a lot here is the left hip gets way higher than the right, and we want to keep the hips square. All right, take one more breath. And then come into your forward fold. The left foot meets the right, head and neck hang heavy. Bring your hands to your heart and start to round yourself up to stand. The arms come down by your sides. Inhale, look up, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Feet come back together, toes and ankles touching. Hands are on the mat or something. Take a big step back with your right foot this time. Runner's lunge. Then from there, take a step forward with the right foot, about 4 to 6 inches. You're staying high on the ball of the back foot as you straighten your front leg. Pull your left hip back towards the back of the room. You can bring your left hand to your left hip crease here and just gently poke it towards the back of the room. That should help you feel that sensation in the back of your left leg, even just a tiny bit more. Find your flat back, flattest back as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, you're melting your chest closer towards your leg without totally rounding your spine. So try to keep the back flat. One more breath in, and one more breath out. Good, supported warrior 3. Walk the hands forward onto your mat or blocks, whatever you have. Shift all the way to your left leg. The right leg floats up. Look back at your right foot. The toes are facing down at the mat. They're pulling towards your shin, so your ankle is super duper flexed here. We're gonna hold here and breathe. So starting to feel a little sensation through your left glute. Hips are nice and square. You have a little micro bend in your left knee here. One more breath. Good, right foot meets the left. Come to your fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Look up, reach up. And your exhale brings you right back down. Fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Plant your palms, step back for your plank. Take a breath in. Exhale, shift forward on the toes, elbows hugging tight. Slowly and in a straight line, lower your body all the way down to the mat. Untuck the toes, roll the shoulders down the back, cobra, squeeze between the shoulder blades, barely any weight at all in your hands. Downward facing dog, curl the toes under, lift your hips up, and then back. Inhale, float your right leg up to the sky, 3-legged dog. Exhale, look forward, step your foot between your hands, find your runner's lunge. Supported warrior 3. Walk the hands forward, shift the weight to your right leg, float the left leg up, just like we did before. Look back at your left foot. The toes are facing down at the mat, and then they're pulling towards your shin. So if you feel steady here, start to bring your hands to your heart. If not, keep them on the ground or on the mat or blocks or whatever you have. But don't let the squareness of your hips change here. Put a little bend in your right knee and breathe. One more breath in. One more breath out. Now we're going to come to stand. Oh boy, my hair's stuck in the plant. So we're going to come to stand here, floating the left knee forward, trying not to let the foot touch the ground. And then once you get there, left foot meets the right. Come to stand. Good. Arms come down by your sides. Inhale, look up, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Nice job, y'all. Plant your palms. Step back, plank. Inhale. Exhale, shift forward, elbows in tight. Keep your body in a straight line. Slowly lower it down to the mat. Untuck your toes. Roll the shoulders down the back. Squeeze between your shoulder blades. Cobra. Downward facing dog. Curl the toes under. Pop the hips up. And then back. Inhale, three-legged dog. Left leg reaches up. Exhale, look forward. Step the foot between your hands. Runner's lunge. Supported warrior three. Walk the hands forward. Shift the weight to your left leg. The right leg floats up. Toes are facing down and then pulling towards your shin. If you feel good here, stay. If you want to add a little bit more balance, bring your hands to your heart. Keep those hips nice and square. Your left glute, these muscles around the left hip here should be lighting up if your hips are square. One more breath in. One more breath out. And we're going to float the right knee forward as we come to stand. Balancing on your left foot for an inhale and an exhale. Stand. Beautiful. Inhale, look up, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Plant your palms. Step back for your plank. Take a breath in. Exhale all the way down to your belly. From here, walk your hands out wide so they come off of your mat. Then come up high on the fingertips and lift the elbows up towards the ceiling. All 10 toenails are down on the mat. Inhale, peel the chest up. Then from here, drop your right shoulder down towards the mat. And look up and over your left shoulder. You're going to stay here for a breath in and a breath out. Come back to center. Inhale. Exhale, come down to the mat. Your right ear comes down to the mat. Hands come down by your sides. Wiggle your hips side to side. And then bring your hands back under your shoulders and walk them out wide so they come off of your mat. Come up high on the fingertips, lift the elbows up towards the ceiling. All 10 toenails are glued down to the mat. Inhale, peel the chest up. Now drop the left shoulder, look up and over the right. Good, inhale, back to center. Exhale, rest. Arms down by your sides, left ear to the shoulder. Left ear to the mat, not your shoulder. And then wiggle out your hips. All right. This next thing we're going to do, I did it a couple weeks ago, and people said they liked it, but they weren't sure if they were doing it right. So I wanted to try it again. And you can watch me the first time if you want, and then you can get into it yourself. It is a little bit complicated. So from your belly, reach the arms out wide, and then flip the hands over so your palms face up. From here, I'm going to roll onto my right hip. Rolling onto the right. Let's see here. So my left leg is on top of the right leg. All right, then from here, I'm going to lift my left leg up and then press it back behind me. From there, I'm going to start to let the left foot lower down to the mat or the ground behind me as much as possible. It may not hit the ground, and that's okay. This may feel super intense. If it's too much, you can try bending the left knee and then lowering the foot down that way. So go ahead and try that. I'll start from the beginning with you guys. You're on your belly, arms are out wide. Flip the hands over so your palms face up. Now roll onto your right side. So we're gonna pause here. The left leg is stacked on top of the right. Now from here, lift your left leg up, and without moving anything else, press your left leg back behind you, keeping it straight. If it's too much, bend the knee. I'm gonna keep mine straight because that feels really good. And I'm gonna start to try to lower my left foot down to the mat. If it doesn't reach, it's okay. Keep your hips stacked. So don't roll the left hip back to get your foot lowered down. That's not exactly what we're here for, even though it's tempting. Keep your hips stacked and see how far down that foot goes. It's intense. If this hurts, you're probably doing it right. Okay, now breathe. Try to breathe. If you want more, your left bicep comes to your left ear. You're reaching towards the top left corner of your mat with your left hand. So if somebody's looking over you from a bird's eye view, there's a diagonal line that goes from your left fingertips all the way down to your left toes. Unless, of course, your knee is bent. That's going to mess up your diagonal a little bit. In that case, there'd be a diagonal line still from your fingertips down to your left knee. Okay? So try to breathe. Relax. I know it's hard. Keep the breath flowing. You just have one more breath in and one more breath out. Good. To unwind, bring your left hand down to the mat first. Bend your left knee if it's not already, and then slowly roll back onto your belly. Straighten the leg. And square everything off. Bring your hands into a goalpost position here. And rock your hips side to side. Okay. We're going to switch to the other side. Arms go out like airplane wings. Flip the palms up. This time we roll onto our left side. So start with that. Your shoulders and your hips are stacked. Your right leg is on top of the left. Okay? Then from here, right leg lifts up. And then start to press it back, keeping your hips right where they are. Once this is back as far as it can go, keeping the legs straight and the hips square, start to lower the foot down towards the ground behind you. Keep the legs straight or bent, that's your choice. And then start to relax. Maybe this side feels a little different. This side actually does not feel as intense for me. Maybe that's the case for you, maybe not. Stay here, or if you want more, the right bicep comes towards the right ear, reaching for the top right corner of your mat. So remember that diagonal line. I feel like that's a pretty good visual here. So from your right fingertips down towards your right foot is a diagonal line, pretty much dissecting your yoga mat diagonally. Breathe. You have 3 more breaths here, wherever you are. One more breath in. One more breath out. Good. Right hand to the ground first. Bend the right knee, and then slowly unwind, coming onto your belly, taking as much time as you need to get there. This time, bring your chin to your hands. Bend the knees, windshield wiper the legs side to side. Nice job, y'all. So let me know how that went. If you liked it better this time, or if that was the first time you tried, what you thought. And from here, slide your hands under your shoulders. Press up into your tabletop. We're going to come into our frog pose. So, your tabletop, you're going to spread your knees wide as they go. The toes face out. Okay? So, your ankles are in line with the knees. So if the knees go out, your feet have to go out too. Now from here, you can stay on your hands if this is enough. It very well may be. Or you can lower down to your knees. your forearms. You're already on your knees. Some of us will be able to lower down to our chest, maybe a block, maybe the forehead goes all the way down. Don't get too worried about how low you can go. What I want you to worry about are your knees and your hips. So from the side, your hips are staying in line with the knees. So what happens a lot of times here is as we go down, in order to get down further, we shift the hips forward, and we don't want to do that here. We want to keep the hips directly stacked above the knees. Then you can go out as wide as you want with the knees, and you can lower down as far as you can. But you have to keep the breath flowing, and you have to keep your hips stacked. So, stay there. I want you to take at least 5 breaths in this position. So try to slow down the breath. Now, if you're ready to come out, I'm going to show you how to get out of this because it is an art. First, the hands come down under your shoulders and then lift the chest up. Okay? And from there, pull your feet together. Press the hands down into the ground as you lift the hips up and the knees in. And come right into your child's pose, sinking your hips down towards your heels and crawling the arms forward. A lot of times it feels good to rock side to side once you make it into your child's pose. Nice job, you guys. I feel like anytime you do frog is a triumphant pose to get out of. And slowly round yourself up and make your way onto your back. So swing the legs forward and then make your way down onto your back. Stretch the legs forward and reach the arms back. Take a big full body stretch. Point the toes forward. Reach the arms back. Inhale, you grow as long as you can get. And as you exhale, hug your knees into your chest. Grab on opposite wrists, forearms, or elbows. Give yourself a little rock side to side. Massage your low back. Come back to center. Inhale, let the belly rise up to meet your thighs. As you exhale, hug the knees down and in towards your chest. 2 more just like that. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Pull the forehead up to your knees. Squeeze everything tight. As you exhale, and find a relaxing position on your back. If there's a pose we missed that you want to take, go for it. Otherwise, find your way into a resting position. Hopefully, after that, you feel like you can relax. You can start to let all of your muscles melt into the mat. If you're not comfortable on your back, you can roll onto your belly, come into child's pose, a seated position, wherever you feel like you can be still. Close your eyes. And start to let the belly rise and fall with your breath. If you are happy in your resting pose and you want to stay there, please do. Otherwise, if you're ready to start moving, start to deepen your breath. And then start to let your head gently rock side to side. And start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And then you can roll the ankles and your wrists. And you can start to reach the arms up over your head. Maybe you arch the back. Lean to one side or the other if you like. And when you're ready, you can blink your eyes open. Great job today, you guys. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me this morning. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if any of those poses or stretches didn't feel right or you didn't quite get it. I like that feedback a lot, and I'm happy to spend more time or less time in any pose that y'all want. Let me know something fun you did this weekend, if you're watching this now, or if you're watching it back later. And I hope to see everybody next week. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday. Get outside, enjoy this beautiful weather. And hopefully we'll see you back in the gym soon. I miss all of you a lot. Thank you. Bye, you guys. Jenna says, where are we supposed to feel that twisty thing? I assume you mean the when you had your arms out like airplane wings and you were rolling over. So you get really, that's one stretch that can help you get into your psoas, which you know attaches on your spine and then comes through and hooks in the front. Your hip flexors, all along your side and into your lat, especially if you add the arm part. So the psoas muscle is really, really hard to get, but I feel it a lot in that stretch. So hopefully that's where you were feeling it. If not, let me know, and we can change it up. If you keep the legs straight, especially, that'll help you get really deep into all those hip flexor muscles. Maybe into your quad. Some people might feel it all the way down towards their knee. I don't, but some people might. Oh, good, Brittany. I'm glad. We all need mindfulness all the time, every morning. You're welcome, Taylor. Say hey to Miles for me if you see him. Ooh, Grace, nice. My roommate and I bought blow-up pool, tacos, and wine coolers and lounged out in our front yard. That sounds amazing. That is a great weekend activity. I love it. I need a yard, man. So, Jenna, you were feeling that more in your lower back, which didn't feel the greatest. So, I would say bend your knee in that position. I bet that would help a lot. And your low back will work a little bit in that position, but it's not what that stretch is designed for lack of better terms. So I would bend your knee there probably for you, especially since you've got some lower back tension already. I think a bent knee would probably help. Good question, really good question. That one seems to be tripping a lot of people up. So I'm glad y'all are asking about it. I'm glad I got to teach it again. And I will just keep on brushing up on my cues there to make it even better and more easy to understand. So thank you for your feedback. I still see some of y'all hanging on here, so I'm just gonna stick around. If you're watching this back and you see me just staring into the camera, I apologize. You're welcome, Jan. I know you had a fun weekend at the beach. Maybe you're still there. I'm jealous. Get some of that salt air for me. All right, y'all. Looks like you're starting to drop off, so I hope you have a beautiful day. You know, you can comment on these videos anytime after, so I'll see you and I can answer any questions. Bye.